Hello everyone, my name is Enrique Perez. I am a mechatronics engineering student. Today I want to talk about topic that I really like. To tell the real topic is the life of cowboy and ranch life. I chose this topic because I think ranch life is very interesting. It's very different from living in a big city. It involves animals, nature, and hard work, traditions, and very special lifestyle. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about what life is like a ranch, what cowboy does, their horse, cattle, tools, daily activities, and some of the values that are important in cowboy culture. So, let's start. What ranch life? First, what is ranch life? A ranch is a large area of land where people can raise animals, special cattle and horses. Ranch life is usually connected with nature and outdoor work. People who live and work on ranch have many responsibilities. They have to take care to the animals, maintain the land, repair things, check weather systems, and make sure everything is working correctly. Ranch life can be difficult because the work is physical and sometimes the weather can be weird, cold, or rainy. However, many people enjoy this lifestyle because it gives them strong connections with nature and animals. Unique city life and ranch is very cuter. There are fewer cars, fewer buildings, and more open spaces. You can see mountains, fields, trees, rivers, horses, and cattle. For many people, living on ranch is not the only job, it's a way of life. This next time, uh, I talk about the work of a cowboy. Now, let's talk about cowboys. A cowboy main jobs to take care and cattle. This can include moving from one place to another, checking their health, giving the food and water, and protection them from danger. Cowboys also work with horses because horses are very useful for moving around large areas of land. A cowboy need to have many skills, for example, they need to know how to ride a horses, how to handle cattle, how to use different tools, and how to save problems. They also need to be paid and responsible. Cowboy works in a ways exciting like we see in movies and really and can be long, repetitive, and physical, demanding. A cowboy might spend many hours outside, sometimes under the sun, chasing animals and minding the range. But for people who loves this lifestyle, this type of work can be very satisfying. Horses are one of the most important parts of the cowboy culture. For many years, cowboys have used horses to work with cattle and travel around large ranches. A good ranch horse needs to be strong, intelligent, fast, and well trained. The relationship between a cowboy and his horses is very important. The cowboy needs to understand the horse, and the horse needs to trust the cowboy. Before working with a horse, a cowboy needs to take care of it. This includes feeding the horse, giving it water, training it, and check it out its health. Cows also use special equipment. For example, they use saddles, bridle, and reins. The saddle allows the cowboy to ride comfortably and control the horse. The bridling and reins help the rider communicate with the horse. For more For me, horses are one of the most interesting parts of ranch life because they are not simply animals we use it for transportation. They are also parents in the work. The cattle. Another important part of the ranch life in cattle. Cattle are raising for people's purpose include beef and dairy products. Taking care of cattle requires a lot of work. Ranches need to provide food and cleaning water. They also need to check the animals regularly to make sure hire healthy. Some things a cowboy needs to move a large group of cattle from one area to another. This is calling herder cattle. Herding cattle requires teamwork between the cowboys, the horse, and some things owner work. The cowboy needs to control the movement of the animals without hurting them. These require experience and practice. And patience. Richie, Richards also need a mountain first because fences keep cattle in the correct areas. If a fence is damaged, the rancher needs to repair it quickly, so taking care cattle is responsibility that requires dedication every day. A typical dine ranch, they start very early. Some things ranches wake up before sunrise. The first activities can include filling animals, checking water, and preparing the horse. After that, the workers start checking on the ranch. After that, the workers sometimes check in the ranch. They have inspect finished, looking for the animals, or move cattle to other area. During the day, they do many different tasks. For example, repairing equipment, cleaning animals areas, working with horses, or managing the land. Lunch can be a sample meal because they're usually the long work to do. In the afternoon, ranch continue taking care of the animals on the property. Before the day ends, they usually makes sure the animals have enough water and food. Then, after many hours of physical work, they can finally rest. So, ranch life requires a lot of discipline. Cowboys and ranchers use many different tools and types of equipment. Some traditional tools include reps, saddles, grilling, knives, knives, and fencing tools. One of the most famous tools associated with cowboys is the lasso and called a lariat. I also is a hook and the rope with a loop that can be used to catch cattle. Ranch also modern technology to rise on the ranch to trucks, tractor, GPS systems, cameras, radios, and other electronic equipment. This is something if you special interest in and mechanics engineering student. Technology become more important in agriculture and ranching. For example, the GPS can help research now location elements or manage large areas of the lands. Sensors can also help monitor water systems, temperature, and animal conditions. Some modern ranching combines traditional chemistry and with technology, and with ethics, a very interesting combination. Another important part of ranch life is the connection with nature. People who live in the ranch spend a lot of the time outdoors. They can experience beautiful beaches, sunrise, mountains, forests, river, and large open fields, both natural and also the checking. Ranchers have to deal with some temperate rain, drought, strong wind, and sometimes dangerous animals. Because of this, people who work on ranch needs to understand trade environment. They need to know how to take care of the lands and how to adapt to different conditions. For many cowboys and ranchers based outdoors is the best part of their lifestyle. They can enjoy the cute environment and see the results of their work every day. The cowboy culture and values. Cowboy culture is also about values and traditions. Some important values are hard work, responsibility, courage, respect, loyalty, and independence. A cowboy is needs to be responsible because animals depend on him. He also needs courage because working with large animals can sometimes be dangerous. Respect and another important value. Cowboys need to respect animals, nature, other workers, and the land. There is also strong traditions on helping another people. High money ranch communities, people work together with where they different tasks on and marriages. Cowboys culture has also influenced in music, duting, movies, and Mexican and American culture. For example, cowboys boots, hats, jeans, horses, and rodeos have become symbols of life, this lifestyle. In Mexico, there is also strong tradition of charros and the ranch culture. Mexican ranch culture has many similarities with the cowboy lifestyle, especially in the uses of the horses, cattle, traditional clothing, and rural traditions. My name is Enrique Perez. I am a mechatronic engineering student, and this was my presentation about cowboy and ranch life. See you next time. Thank you.